Hey guys. How am I feeling? I'm feeling, guys. I'm feeling. I saw the doctor already. Guys, I gotta repeat an x-ray Monday. But I'll be taking antibiotics so we can... I'm so short of breath. I'm trying, guys. I just been laying here like, make sure you're taking your medicine. Yes. I am taking my medicine with food, guys. It's so hard because it's like I don't want to get up and move because then I get out of breath and I know, guys. I don't even care. You guys, I'm just seriously not in the mood for people's bullshit. I'm not. I'm seriously not. Like, this has given me a lot of time to think, and, you know, I put up with people's bullshit and allowing them to treat me any kind of way, and just, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it. If you're causing me any chaos or any distress in my life and you're disrupting my peace, you gotta go. And that's how it's going to be from now on. I just, no questions asked. Blocked. I can't do it. I can't do it. Right, clearly, especially when I'm struggling. Like, I know, guys. I've had a lot of time to think, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done with people's bullshit. It was like a switch. Something switched in me. I'm done. Don't treat me any kind of way. Don't start your fucking bullshit with me. I am laying down, guys. I'm laying down. I did get my Pepsi, guys. I did. I was 2 days without it. I just didn't have the strength to go get it. I couldn't do it. And then, of course, around here, like, nothing's open. When we went to the emergency room, nothing was open. When we came back, nothing opens till like 6 or 7 or something like that. So I wasn't going to go back out. But Jasmine called to check on me. And she's like, I knew, I just need to hear your voice to know that you're okay. Because she knows behind a message I'll lie. Yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, you can't breathe, can you? I'm like, no. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to go out and get some Pepsi because I am dying for one. And you guys, I kept saying, I'm going to go. And I would start going and I'm like, I just don't have the energy. And so I was going to DoorDash somebody. I didn't want you to get mad. Yeah, I would have gotten mad. But Jasmine was like, go lay down. I will come over. I will bring you the Pepsi. She's like, please don't do that. She's like, you can't, how are you going to walk in the store? I'm like, I'm just going to do it. Yeah. yeah, at least she brought some, so by the time I need more, I can go out and get it myself. Hopefully. Juan's still in the hospital. Yeah, he'll be there a while. He's still sick. I don't know. Just something just like switched in me. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with people's bullshit. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. And unfortunately, like, it hurts when you have to block people, but I have to do it for my own peace. I can't focus on bullshit when I'm barely keeping myself alive. You know, like, that's Sadie snoring. She's been laying here with me. She hasn't left my side all day. She hasn't left my side all day. So I'm like, Jasmine for the win, yes. She's the best. I'm like, oh my God, you're the best. Like, I had worked up the courage, and when she called, I was headed out the door. Oh no, she didn't. Oh yeah, she did call. Yeah. Did she? Oh yeah, you're right. She called on my other phone. So I'm like, wait, I was on the phone. Like, how did she call? Yeah, she called on the other phone. She's great, guys. Yeah, and again, she's like, are you okay? Have you eaten? Let me send you some food. I'm like, no, Jasmine, I'm fine. I'm really okay. She's like, I don't want you taking that medicine, because I think we've all learned a lesson about the Perez Hilton situation with his medical emergency. What happened to Perez? So he's the biggest T page out there. And people, this is why it's not going anywhere, because people don't want to deal with it, because he is the biggest T page. But he was live. He said he had the flu, but he was getting over it, and he said he was going to be okay. He was missing for almost a month. And I kept saying, like, where's Perez? Like, I kept telling Crystal, where is Perez? Like, he hasn't been on, he hasn't posted. And finally, like, we kind of reached out to him. Yes, Devin. He says good friends reached out to him. Yeah. He was in the hospital, literally fucking dying. Okay? Check on your people. He was in the hospital, literally dying. And remember I said he had the flu. I think he had influenza, or I don't know, something like that. And he was taking Mucinex and Robitussin. And he wasn't eating. He hadn't eaten in a couple days. He was barely eating. He could barely swallow anything. He just was sick. And he took his medicine on an empty stomach for like 48 hours. And it did something to his intestines, which caused an ulcer. And right, he's in good health. Yeah, exactly. He looks bad right now. he he wasn't taking his medication, or he wasn't taking food with his medication, so it caused the ulcer, which exploded. I can't say the word, you guys, but it exploded. And he started like bleeding inside. He was bleeding inside. They were trying to figure out where it was coming from. And he, hold on, guys. Okay, he was bleeding inside, and I have to pee, guys. T-Pages, you're counting? Anyways, he went septic because of it. And he almost died. And so they ended up putting a tube that went from his nose to his stomach. I'll post it. I'll post what happened to him. I'll put it on Facebook, guys. Because a lot of you guys are on my Facebook. And a lot of you aren't on Snapchat. I know, guys. So, yes, listen, it sits with me. It really does. And I knew how dangerous it was taking, like, okay, I knew you shouldn't take medicine on an empty stomach, but I didn't know it could do that. He's healthy. You guys, he was a runner. He had no problems, nothing. This was all caused by them taking the medicine without food. Right, you should eat a little something, even if it's a piece of bread. Yeah, kind of like Miss Fucking Wonderful. She had her ulcers would explode, and it's a near-death experience. It really is. Play it. You want me to play it? Okay. All right. Oh, you guys, I have eaten. I had some soup. But guys, I was just gonna say, like, I do, but I do want some food, but I can't just sit up there and cook like Perez Hilton Hospital. All right, this is what he played. All right.
And I sure am happy to see you. My stupidity landed me in the hospital for 21 days. And this is the most important video that I've ever shared. My stupidity landed me in the hospital for 21 days, and it was the worst and best thing that's ever happened to me.
Look, he looks sick. Look at him.
Let's get to it.
Look how much weight.
This video is going to be intense, sad, bad, and everything in between. But I thought it'd be good to to start with something positive before we get to the dirty.
He does.
And then end with something positive.
He looks bad. He looks really bad. Hold on, guys. What the hell just happened?
One of the most special things about this experience is that God presented himself to me. It was not a feeling. God presented himself to me. And I grew up Catholic. I was baptized, had my communion confirmed, went to Jesuit school for 7 years, but I was never a believer until now. God presented himself to me and then did something that I could only call miraculous. And I was very lucid. It was real. And this has been life-changing. I'm so grateful. I'm excited to start taking the kids to church every week and to just know that God is real. I had my heart open before. I wanted to believe in.
He's got tubes out of him. Like, it's really weird.
I don't have
really
to
sad.
hope to believe. I know now.
That
So
bag
that's
on his
amazing.
neck is tubes.
And I'm excited
it's a machine cleaning him out inside.
Hopefully get my kids into the nice Catholic school here for high school and take grandma to church with us and have lunch afterwards.
It should be coming, guys. He'll start
Speaking of my mom, she was the true VIP of this all.
Yes.
A rock star. My rock. She was at the hospital every single day of those 21 days. And I probably could not have gotten through with this without her. And we had some of the most powerful, healing conversations of my life. For example, you may know that I'm 48 as of
forward it, or I would
March 23rd.
When he starts talking about it.
I was born March 23rd, 1978.
He was in hospital.
And growing up gay in Miami to Cuban parents in the 80s and 90s was not hard. That he would have. And reminded me. And now we get to.
Here we go. I fast forwarded through the dad part because I don't want to play his story.
Crazy saga that happened.
Everybody listen.
As many of you may know, before I was hospitalized, I had the flu. I had the flu for about a week. And you may know I'm not a person who is a partier or abuses things. I took my medication for the flu for a week. However, big but, I didn't take any of my medication with food. I never have. And you're supposed to take all of this medication with food because some of these anti-this, helping with that, they can be hard on the stomach or the intestines. So because I have been taking all of this medication without food for a week, I developed an ulcer and then a perforation and then sepsis. People die of sepsis.
He's crying, guys.
The day before I was hospitalized, I was in so much stomach pain. I was like, this is weird, but it'll go away. The next morning, I couldn't walk. I had to be taken by ambulance to the hospital.
Yes,
And
it's sad. He's crying.
thankfully, I asked the paramedics what was the best hospital in Vegas, which is the one that you would recommend. So they took me to Southern Hills Hospital. And I'm so thankful for the care that I got there. So thankful for everybody in every department. I ended up being there 21 days. I felt like I knew everybody by the time I left. The first few days were a lot of pain and constant tests, X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, because they couldn't find where the perforation was. So that was scary. Like, there's this hole inside of me.
Yes, bleeding inside.
Where is it? Couldn't find it, couldn't find it, couldn't find it. Eventually, after 5 days, I ended up having laparoscopic surgery where they don't cut you up, but they miraculously make these incisions, and the masterful surgeon, Dr. Reeves, used cameras and everything to literally flip around all of my organs, trying to find the perforation first. Then, after flipping around all of my organs, washing me out, because I had so much infection in there.
From the sepsis.
So much infection. So we did that surgery, and then I had fluid by each side of the lungs. That had to be drained. And then I still had so much infection that I had to have another major procedure. This time through ultrasound, they inserted I don't know what in me and drained
Hi,
a
Ashley.
ton of more infection in me. And then the sepsis just kept working and my body kept falling apart. The one night with rapid response came because my heart got out of control. They had to put me on heart medications.
That happened to my mom too when she was in the hospital.
And
Rapid
then
response.
I
Her heart
developed
was out of
another
control.
infection in the
Pacemaker went
hospital,
off.
which
MRSA.
apparently
Probably
it's
MRSA.
common to get infections in hospital. Infections run rampant in hospitals. Then it's like the 2-week mark, and I hadn't eaten in over 2 weeks. Isn't that crazy? Because I love food. I love food, and I was not able to eat for over 2 weeks. Everything was through IV. And then, when I was able to finally start eating, that was a whole other process. Hard on the body and humiliating, because I had some nights of a lot of accidents. And there's one nurse especially, Bella. I felt so humiliated and sad and bad to have to keep calling her because I had kept having accidents in the bed. But she was so kind and patient. and helpful. And there were a few nights like that.
Yeah, it is. It's sad,
And it was
guys.
just such a slow process. I mean, 2 weeks of just sickness, and then another week of getting better before I was released. And that last week was hell, because I had already been in the hospital 2 weeks by then. I was like, I just want to go home. I just want to be with my babies. But I've got to thank Dr. Reeves.
Yeah, I almost
And I've got to
did.
thank all the nurses.
All because
Dr.
he didn't
Yakubi
eat when he took his
and
medicine.
Dr. Hansen. One of the hardest things was when they put this NG tube in me. Having this giant tube going from your nose through your stomach, sucking up bile, infection. I had that in me for days. Not once, but twice. Towards the first week, I think for almost the entire week or longer, I also had a Foley catheter where they insert a balloon in your bladder. So that was intense. I developed severe weakness from lying in bed for so long, swelling of everything. I clearly lost a lot of weight.
That happened to you too before?
And now that I'm home, I'm not 100%. I brought the hospital with me. I'm going to take this off today, but I can't take this off. They had to insert a PICC line, which is like a big, fancy, scary IV with 2 lines, and one goes to my heart. And I
So the infection went
am wearing
in his
this
heart.
one bag here, and inside there's a little
See
ball
the bag?
with one of my antibacterials. I take 2 different antibacterial, one antibacterial and one antifungal every day. This one that I have on now runs for 24 hours, and the other one runs for an hour.
Those are the tubes
And I
that
have
he
to do
has.
this for 10.
Yeah, he's got a tube cleaning out the infection, kind of like what Miss Fucking Wonderful had. Like a, you know how you would feed? You know, a G tube, like how you feed people through a tube. It was something like that, but it had a Foley catheter on the other end, like draining out infection. Yeah. It is. It's sad. I think it humbled him. I think because you guys, he was vile. But I think this situation may have humbled him a little bit. I've never had a problem with him. And whenever I call him and I'm like, I'm like, hey, you know, like, can you remove what you put up? He always does it respectfully, guys. Yeah, he's well known and with celebrity news too, yeah. Guys, sorry. Yes. Hold on, guys. Yeah, so he was always like, I think you did. I think it humbled him a lot, guys. To be honest. Make some real food. No, guys, I can't. I can't even, like, stand up. What's your address? I'll send down. No, don't do that. I don't want anyone sending me anything. I just want to lay here. Yeah, I listened to his story, and I listened, like, I don't know, you guys, something in the past couple days snapped in me, and I'm like, I'm done, like, letting people treat me like shit, like, and quit treating me like I'm stupid, like, I'm done with it. I don't know, guys. Something really fucking snapped in me, I'm telling you. I had soup a little bit ago, guys. But I gotta take my other rounds of medicine. I don't think I'm gonna do it because I just don't want to eat. Like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to, like... Yes, the lesson is learned. And when you have gastric bypass, it is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous to get ulcer. That's why they say no smoking, no drinking. Do you think Miss Fucking Wonderful's ulcers are caused by drinking? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, guys. I'm not a doctor. Guys, I love Miss Fucking Wonderful. And I truly, truly, like, it's very personal and very, like, I don't like to talk about it, but she's such a good person, and I wish people could see that side of her. That's all. Yeah, Jason. I was watching a live stream last night, and all of a sudden they started talking about her. I just scrolled out. I don't sit in rooms where they're talking about her. I'm not going to sit in a room where they're talking about me. I'm not going to sit in a room while they're talking about people that I know and support. You know, I'm just not going to do it. Right. I'm to a point where there's no going back. You know, when I take you out of my life, like, there's no going back now. Like, I'm done with it. I'm not gonna I'm tired of, like, letting people treat me like shit. Like, fuck that. I'm done. I did, Jason. Give me your address. Let me send you some food. No, guys, please. Nobody is sending me anything. I will be okay. I'll do another x-ray Monday, but for the weekend I'm just kind of laid low. I am, guys. Hey, you guys, I gotta get off because the hospital's calling and I think it's the doctor.